Welcome in to the Monday Morning Quarterback UK with your boys Ben, Dami, Kriski and Bids. As always, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, write a review, give us 5 stars. It always helps us, like we said before. Let's go straight on. Kriski, how was your week?
Yeah, it was really good. I was in the States for a few days.
Mm.
Out with work, seeing my colleagues for the first time, which they're all very nice, but got a little tour of DC, which, mate, walking around DC, all you picture is films. I was there like Spider-Man. I was like Chris Evans from Captain America ran around there. Mate, honestly, I was just going through the films in my head. So really, really cool place. So,
what a jet set are you, man?
Mate, remote work, so yeah, can't complain. But yeah, how about you, Dami? Good week?
Yeah, it was good. I spent it in Scotland. The weather wasn't great, but spent it with the in-laws, you can say. Not quite in-laws yet, but close enough.
Wow.
Alright. Yeah, but no, it was good. Scotland was good.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, nothing's happening in my life, man. Just chilling.
Cool. Me neither.
Exciting times, boys. Love it.
Hey, man, work's taking over.
Yeah, man, you went to the US for all of us. Cool. We had a good time.
We did.
The MMQB UK went to the US. Doesn't matter how many of us were there. It's fine. Team effort. Moving straight on. Kriski, unknown player performance of the week. Talk to us. Who had a banging week, and do we have any idea who they are?
Okay, well, I'll throw names out to you. So, Trenton Irwin.
Who?
You know him?
Yeah, I do know him.
Never heard of him.
You do know him?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Put him on
I
the
thought
tips for your brother.
Is it?
Yeah, I had him to get over 50 yards. What did he get?
54.
54.
I was hoping you were going to say 49.
No, it came in. Your brother was happy.
He came in for the injured T. Higgins and got a 32-yard touchdown and then another 22-yard reception. So, looks like he's going to be starting in the big game on Thursday against the Ravens. So, watch your space on Trenton Irwin. So, and then another little notable shout I thought was Jalen Guyton. So, you know him?
Never heard of him.
So, wide receiver for your Chargers, funny enough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually, I know. I do remember the name. My bad.
So, yeah, he was activated this week and he came in and scored his first touchdown in 2 years. So, big up Jalen. So, back in the big time. So, yeah. And then, I think, well, to be fair, the only other one notable I wanted to include, we have mentioned him in the unknown performance, was Noah Brown, but absolutely huge week from him. 178 yards.
That's
crazy.
Off 7 receptions.
Nico Collins injured, so he was playing wide receiver 2 behind Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Also had a crazy day.
Yeah.
Insane.
So they were just throwing bombs to him then, 178 yards.
Yeah, honestly, ridiculous.
He was getting some long catches, but he was also getting yards after the carry. He was showing up. I don't know how many targets he got, but looked like he was
I think
constantly
he
getting targeted.
only got 8 targets.
It felt like he was getting
7
targeted.
receptions.
Yeah, it felt like he was getting targeted all game, to be fair, but 8 is quite a lot.
Yeah, huge. So,
Mm.
not bad for a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, that's huge.
You know, I forget that sometimes that the receiving yards counts as when they actually receive it and then how far the distance getting. I don't know why, but in my head sometimes it just doesn't click.
Yeah. It's amazing when they pass to a running back, and the running back just goes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, but Kenneth Walker had a 64-yarder, so just like yards. Just each quarterback just gives him a little throw, and then he's just stood there like points.
Does that throw have to just go forwards to count as a?
Yeah,
but if it goes backwards, is that a rush?
That's a rush. Yeah.
Okay.
If the ball goes backwards,
Simple
then it's
as
a
that.
rush attempt.
Yeah.
If it's ahead of where the quarterback is, then it's a pass. Does not line of scrimmage, it's where the quarterback is.
Okay.
I do love that a quarterback can throw a 3-yard pass and then the receiver runs 70 yards, but then it goes down as a 73-yard pass.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I'm like, yeah, he's done well.
A few years ago, all the rage was, I think, because it came out of college, like everything does, like college teams get really creative, and then the NFL takes some of their plays. We used to do these little pop passes. Anyone remember that? So, like, the quarterback would just pop it in front of them, like up in the air, and the wide receiver would swing in front of them and do it like a jet sweep.
Yeah.
But it would count as a pass. So he'd just be like, "Run for me," and just watch him go. And he's like,
Wow.
Like, give me some passing yards. It's crazy.
Is that what you do for a quarterback you don't trust? Like half the quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Fair. Cool. I'll move us on to the usual Colorado Buffaloes update. So, like we said last week, we're not sure if we're going to do this segment much longer. It's getting a bit rough. So this might be the last one. I might move on to something a little more interesting from a college perspective. I mean, it's not uninteresting, but it's getting a bit dead for the Colorado Buffaloes. So They were at home to the Arizona
Diamondbacks.
Wildcats.
That is a professional team, right?
It's an MLB team. It's baseball.
Baseball team.
Are they Arizona?
Diamondbacks are Arizona.
I
You
I don't know where I
You
pulled that
got
from.
that little nugget from.
Yeah,
No
man.
idea.
You're in the wrong sport, but I mean, fair enough. You got it right.
Take it as a win.
Yeah. So the Wildcats won 34-31. It's a close game, 31 all. Arizona kicked the 24-yard winning field goal in the last second, so it went all the way to the last second game-winning field goal. But it goes pretty much as you'd expect. Colorado couldn't get much going on the ground. Arizona ran all over them. Coleman, who's their primary running back, had 11 carries for 179 yards.
Yo.
That's a
He's
lot
up
of
with
running.
that defense.
It can't tackle.
Fairly important to defense.
So they've got a poor defense and a poor offensive line.
Yeah. Sanders did have a nice rushing touchdown in the first quarter. Shador Sanders had a nice rushing touchdown, like curved around the escaped the pocket, nice little diagonal run in, like no one tracked him, so that was nice. And a really nice back shoulder fade from Sanders in the first quarter as well. So he did a back shoulder fade right to the far corner of the end zone, like all the way across. Really, really nice. Those are the kinds of throws that will get him noticed for like top 10 pick. If he keeps throwing those kinds of balls, those are the ones that really matter, because that's high level of difficulty, high degree of difficulty, under not that much pressure, but a little bit of pressure, and puts it pretty much in the only place where his receiver can catch it, or it doesn't get caught at all, which is exactly what NFL coordinators want and coaches want. So that's a big plus for him.
Is that top 10 pick this year?
No. He's.
I was going to say, I know he said he might stay for another
Oh,
year.
we haven't said this actually. So Dion came out and said that Shiloh and Shador would go in the draft together in 2025.
What's the theory? What's the thinking there?
Well, I think he wants them both to go at the same time, even though Shiloh's 1 year younger. I think he wants them both to go at the same time, because I think it will enhance their draft stock, because there's two Sanders name players, and I think there'll be a lot of hype around them, and there'll be a lot of like media coverage.
Okay.
And I think a lot of teams will look at that and go, damn, if I just get a Sanders player on my team, that's worth just money for my team, even if Shiloh's not, a big time pick. I don't know how high Shiloh will get picked. Maybe like 5th, 6th round. Don't know. But Shador should go first round if he keeps playing like this in the next year and a half. But you never know, right?
And Travis Hunter's in that. Will go in that class as well.
I don't know for sure, but probably.
Well, he's eligible.
Yeah, he will probably go as well. If Coach Brime's two sons are going in that draft,
he needs to go.
He might want to go.
Team's not going to be the same again the next year.
Yeah. So.
Side note, don't you think Deion Sanders is moving a bit like LeVar Ball?
Yes, exactly.
Like massively like LeVar Ball.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like overhyping his sons to the point where people are going to start looking at them slightly differently than they should.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that Shador can actually play.
Okay.
In games where they shouldn't really be in with a shout, they've kept it close. But in games where they should dominate, they've also not been so dominant.
Yeah.
So he's played well. Like, he's made some nice throws. Like I said, really nice back shoulder fade. It's a nice throw. He could be a nice piece for a team. There's loads of teams looking for quarterbacks over the next year. What that'll look like.
Most of the teams.
A lot of teams who aren't performing also look for backup quarterbacks to take on the cheap.
Yeah.
So he could be someone could be like a Mahomes who you take and then sit for a few years, like Jordan Love, and sitting behind someone good for a couple of years. One other thing I wanted to mention, so it was 24-17 at halftime. It was 24-17 at halftime, and then one really nice grab, one-handed catch from McMillan, Arizona, really nice. So just one hand, pops it,
I saw this.
bam.
Yeah.
I was like, that was juicy. Really good. Anyway, moving on to our games of the week. Dami, talk to us. Who did you like?
For me, it was Ravens versus Browns. The fact that the game started off with a pick six, that was incredible.
20 seconds into the game.
That was incredible. And then...
And the Ravens defense. I posted it to our group. I mean, he's pissed.
A little bit, yeah.
How many points did they end up with in the end?
14.
Oh, really? Even though they gave up 33?
Yeah, they got points because they just kept hitting him.
Megan's 49ers had got 20 against me.
Yeah.
That's what's killed me. I'm going to lose
defense
20.
for them as well. Anyway, carry on.
Alright. So, the fact that the Ravens were up 14 in the fourth quarter with 11 minutes left, and then they scored. Then the Browns scored a touchdown, and then on the Ravens' next possession, Lamar throws a pick six.
Yeah, right.
And then the momentum's completely gone to the Browns, and then they were able to get the Ravens to punt, and then the Browns finally scored with like 2 seconds left with a Dustin Hopkins field goal, and the fact that they won, that was huge.
I can't believe
The
it.
fact that they actually missed that field goal for the extra point to actually tie the game up, and then they still managed to get the ball back and actually go down and win it.
The defense showed up in that fourth quarter.
Big time.
I can't believe it opened up for the Bengals like that as well.
Yeah.
And then the Bengals don't get the win.
Yeah.
Eyes must have been lit up and they lost like, ooh, remember the shout. And then,
and now they're still part of the group.
Browns.
Yeah.
I mean, Browns could take that division, you know.
Or Pittsburgh.
That's about that.
You need to have at least more than 50 yards of offense in a game, you know.
Well, they're 6-3, so they obviously don't need to.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Fair.
Alright, cool. I'll do my next. So Seahawks Commanders, end to end, 5 field goals for Myers, game-winning 43-yarder. Geno threw for 329 and 2 touchdowns. Hal threw for 312 and 3 touchdowns, and Kenneth Walker, like I said earlier, one catch for a 64-yarder, went straight up,
Ridiculous.
touchdown, all the way up the sideline.
Wow.
Nuts, just nuts. What a game, end to end. I mean, no one expected that game to be nuts either. We said there were a lot of good games this week, but Seahawks Commanders
Wasn't one of them.
great game.
I just expected Seahawks just to kind of blow them out with the Commanders losing a bit on defense now, and it's like, but.
Commanders were in that game, you know.
Commanders are not a bad team.
They've been in games a lot this season. They've kind of come out on the wrong side of some high-scoring games, and it's unfortunate for them.
I think I said that at the beginning of the season when we discussed it about our predictions for the season. A couple of us said that the Commanders don't look that bad. They can hang with just about anybody.
Yeah.
Like, they're not a bad team. Like, they might not have that kind of firepower to win big games like that, but they've got players like Scary Terry.
No, he got me no points this week. You can shut up with Scary Terry.
He's still that guy.
Hey, Logan Thomas got me 9 this week, and that's the best he's done in a while. So
Wow.
That's the best he's done in a while.
Fair enough. Anyway, moving on. Bibbs, talk to us. Who do you like?
I don't know if I liked it, but Chargers Lions ended 41-38 to the Lions, and the Chargers being the Chargers, it was another shootout. Both quarterbacks went off. Herbert threw 323 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Jared Goff threw for 333 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was just nuts. The receivers and running backs were eating up yards. Allen and Amon-Ra both had over 150 yards in receptions. Montgomery went for rushed for like 116 yards. Something like that. One of which was 75-yard rushing touchdown.
Jamar Gibbs had yards as well.
Yeah. They were, because Montgomery's first game back in, they were using Jahmyr Gibbs a lot in the role that Montgomery usually is. So that I don't know what you call it, but like on in the red zone or
goal to go. Goal
basically.
goal
But they were using Jahmyr Gibbs in that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just to protect David Montgomery. But I'm hoping that he gets back into that role because.
He's
still
got a touchdown.
Because he said, you won't give it to me there, I'm going to run the whole pitch.
Wait, I can just go the whole way from here. Let's just save some time.
Yeah. But just the Chargers defense, man. The Lions put up 533 yards on them.
Jared Goff's good,
533 yards? Like,
good.
Brandon Staley's meant to be a defensive coach, man. Do you know what? Nah.
Yeah,
I've already said
it
my
was a
piece
great game,
about
but the Chargers were playing catch up the whole game. They weren't in front once in the game. In a game that ended 41-38, they weren't in front once. Yeah. And the game ended with a field goal, like 5 other games this week. Literally 5 games.
Insane.
Well, what they say in the NFL is you can't lose the turnover battle. There was only 1 turnover in that game.
Yep.
And that was Justin Herbert.
True.
And you end up losing by 3 points.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
It's a fair point. Bang game.
Yeah.
Kriski, round us out.
Oh, well, I've gone for my boy CJ Stroud. Back-to-back wins and back-to-back game-winning drives.
Since when was he your boy?
Since last week.
Since I drafted him in fantasy, and he's turned up.
You picked him up off waivers?
I don't think he was even on waivers.
You just added him.
I think I just added him. And this is why I'm looking like manager of the year right now.
What's your record?
Aren't you relegation?
Mid-table, but on a surge. But yeah, so CJ Stroud, he threw for 350 yards again, and Singletary also rushed for 150 yards. So yeah, the Texans put up some numbers, And that was Burrow's first 300-yard game this season as well.
And he lost.
Wow.
And he lost.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those 2 picks though.
Yeah, they were bad.
They were bad.
They
Right
were
at the end,
very
they
bad.
were in plus territory, in the Texans' territory. That's literally lost the game.
Yeah.
Like those 2 picks were the game changer.
Yeah. To be fair, I will give credit to Burrow on one area. He did a delightful Jamar's touchdown on the run off one foot into the passing lane, and it was filth.
Again, they were saying he throws a pretty ball. He
He
throws a
does
pretty ball.
he does throw a pretty ball, man. He does.
Yeah.
But the thing is, those 2 picks, were they not similar plays to the play to Jamar, where he was moving, he was running, and he was trying to pass it, and one was in the end zone, which was a horrible pick.
That was rough.
That was a horrible pick because it's like, what did you see there?
It's a bad choice.
And then there was the one where he just overthrew the receiver, right?
Yeah.
And that's like, that's not normally him. It's like he felt rushed. He felt rushed because of that Houston defense.
He was trying to force it.
Yeah.
It felt like he was trying to force it. Like, we're gonna win this game. I need to win us this game. And it felt that way. You could just tell. Whereas CJ Stroud seems to play with a bit more freedom. Like he's like, I don't need to force anything.
Yeah.
We've got talent. We'll do our best to win, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I guess there's no pressure on them this season, really. Like they're already overachieving
But
this season.
even so, he doesn't look like he feels pressure.
No.
He looks like he's just chilling there, just chilling in the.
Do you know what I think part in the pocket?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think part of it is? 2 things. He hasn't really been injured yet, and he hasn't been hit hard yet. Like 2 different things. Because quarterbacks who have been hit in the NFL know they've been hit in the NFL and play accordingly. And sometimes that can help players, and sometimes that can hurt players. But doesn't look like he's playing with so much freedom. Like we've seen a lot of young quarterbacks play with such freedom. Like Anthony Richardson played with just freedom
Until he got rocked
repeatedly. CJ Stroud isn't really a runner, so he hasn't experienced that yet. But that O-line is just doing enough right now. But I would be concerned that there'll be a lot of tape on him now. People are going to start to pick that up. Someone will find him out soon, and he hasn't really had a tough injury or a big hit or something that really rocks him, and see if he can then come back from that. But he's obviously having a crazy good season, obviously, like not taking that away at all. Like he's playing really well, but like year 2, can you get over that hump of players getting lots of film on you, teams getting film on you, knowing how you play, and just reading you a little bit better. Well, insane year so far for sure. Cool. Moments of the week. I'll kick us off. So, Washington Huskies. Yeah, I knew you'd like that. Huskies. We've talked about the Huskies a couple times before, but yeah, college flavour again. But linebacker Tuputala intercepts Barnes, who's the quarterback for the opposing team, runs it back for 65 yards. It was Ohio State, sorry, I think. Runs it back for 65 yards, pick 6, drops it before he gets over.
Oh, I saw that.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
we've seen it a couple times before in the NFL.
It's so bad.
He runs 65 yards and he starts celebrating and drops the ball on the 1 line.
Like, was it 1?
It was 1.
It was like just on the 1 line. Like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I don't get it. Why celebrate before? Just
so what? Did the defenders just pick it up and take it away, or is that because it's in college, isn't it? It's like
the ball was there. They recovered it. But so it was their ball. But honestly, it was like goose stepping, and then just dropped it.
It was a really nice pick. It was against Utah, sorry, like I was just saying, but really nice pick. Makes the run, weaves in and out, and just drops it on the 1 yard line.
They were celebrating as well.
Oh.
Celebrating.
But I love the commentary team clocked it immediately. So we've seen it before where I think the first time I've seen it was like in like the 80s or 90s when I saw someone do it. And the commentary team didn't know what happened. They were like, oh, it's amazing, what a play. And then it got brought back like a couple minutes later. This one, the commentary team was like, oh, he just dropped that. Like, no, he didn't just drop that. Like, they knew immediately. So check the socials, check Instagram stuff. We'll post it up there so you'll see it. But yeah, it's tough to watch. That's a tough watch. Yeah. They still won the game. They still won by 7. So
hopefully he's getting some stick in the change rooms.
Massive. I dropped him.
Roasted by his coach.
Roasted. Yeah. Anyway, Dami, take us on. Moment of the week.
So for me, again, it's something to do with Josh Dobbs.
Of course.
So Josh Dobbs in the game against the Saints, there was a point where he was scrambling around in the pocket for what felt like years. He was literally just going in circles, found a gap to run into the corner of the end zone for the score, and it was such an epic score, and like he celebrated with the whole crowd, and it was brilliant. But I also kind of had another one, which was Mac Jones being destroyed by Bill O'Brien on the bench. after. So there was a play in the third quarter. I think they're 35 yards out from the end zone. Actually, maybe a bit closer. And he's missed it. He's missed it on a third down. Missed 2 wide open plays. Like, butt ass naked open.
Whoa.
Butt ass
Wow.
naked.
What?
Like they were so open. Like Tesco.
No, huh?
Tesco.
What is
What?
what is happening
Like-
here?
Like they was.
You could have come up with so much better than Tesco.
No, but they were so open, and then obviously they've had to score the field goal to get the 3 points, and he's gone to the bench, and Bill O'Brien has roasted him. He's got the tablet, and he's like, like absolutely roasted him. It was so bad, and then he ended up getting benched in the fourth quarter for Bailey Zappi with 2 minutes left.
Also threw a
Damn.
dusty pick at the end.
Yeah.
Don't know what he was seeing.
What's happy?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to your Dobbs one. Sorry, quickly. I saw earlier before the game. He obviously had no clue where he was going. He actually had to get shown to where the locker rooms was because he went to the wrong place in the stadium. Man. That's how like out of touch he is with the ball. Like he's just literally been thrown in, and it's just. And his post match as well afterwards, he was like, "Yeah, man, he was just thanking everyone." He was like, "Yeah, the offensive line just protect me enough so I could try and find all my reads, then I could just try and." Find somewhere to go, and he was just so like thankful to everyone. Like he's becoming such.
You know what the funniest thing about him is
favorite.
the official NFL page. They've changed their Twitter banner from Taylor Swift to Josh Dobbs,
Oh.
and their bio is "In Dobbs We Trust."
Man, he's easy to root for.
I wonder if
So
the Vikings have
likeable.
got his jersey in the store.
Yeah, got to be. Because what are they calling him as well? The something about being an astronaut.
Yeah, I
his
saw
nickname?
Astronaut.
Astronaut, man. Honestly.
Oh, I thought it was better. Nah, that's terrible.
Terrible.
The postronaut.
And he's
Astronaut.
there in his astronaut gear because it's a real photo of him in his astronaut gear.
Yeah, I've seen that. But I've not heard. That's awful.
Yeah, the astronauts.
I'm sure I've heard a better one.
Yeah.
Dead.
Cool. Anyway, bids. On to the next one. What would you like? What
Mine is the return of Kyler Murray.
Ben's favourite.
After big ACL injury, people weren't really sure what his athleticism was going to be like.
Yep.
But he was scrambling like he wasn't even injured. Like
You sort of have to when you play for the Cardinals, though, I swear.
it's true.
Yeah.
But he was moving well. But the funniest thing was he just looked so small.
Yeah, he's tiny.
He's
Tiny.
so
His
small.
little legs
So
just like
small.
going so quick.
His first couple passes just straight at his offensive line's back of their heads. I was like, bro, you have to jump? You a step ladder or something? You want a piggyback? Damn. Yeah, I say he's small. He's probably not even that much more.
I think he's like 5'10".
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's like 5'10".
But yeah, one of his longest scramble rushing attempt was like, I think he went for 13 yards, but he was running for about 60 yards. He was running. They were like, he's running for his life.
Literally was, yeah.
And then sort of
Yeah, he doesn't want to get hit again.
he slid. Yeah.
To be fair, with that Falcons defense, you probably could just run around one guy in a circle and he'll be like, oh, okay, yeah.
True. Yeah.
True.
But yeah, the return of Kyler Murray.
Cool,
over the
like
week.
that. Kriski?
Yes, so mine was CD Lamb's one-hander.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
I think that just set because after I think a couple of disappointing drives and I think then that pulled off and then it was good night Giants. I think that just
Do you know,
got the Cowboys going.
do you know the thing I love most about it was most of the time you see one-handed grab, you see him catch it with one hand and then trap it with the second hand.
No.
Never touch it with the other hand.
Yeah, he just like
Bah!
and then brought it into
And then brought it in and then carried on running. He fended the guy off with his right hand, caught it with his left, and just kept running whilst fending him off. I was like, you've never trapped that. That was all one hand. You didn't even need that right arm. I was like,
I mean, I don't think the defender had no clue. He was just staring at CD Lamb and he was just following it and then he just saw the ball just stick into his hand and he was like,
insane.
what?
That's nuts. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's nuts.
but yeah, his was good and there were a couple of real good catches this week. I know Devontae Adam had another one-hander as well. Allen had a great one. A.T. Perry as well for the Saints as well, like complete cross corner as well, right? And then he just leapt up and grabbed it.
Winston,
Yeah, we're gonna have to post that clip.
Yeah.
We'll post that clip. Check socials on that. But that was the most Jameis Winston thing you could have possibly seen. It was crossfield, could easily get intercepted. I'm just gonna throw it and see what happens. Like, doesn't
That
care.
is Jameis Winston, and that's
Yeah.
his whole personality.
That could have easily been picked. And
Oh.
who is J.T. Perry?
No idea.
A.T. Perry.
Exactly.
I don't even know. It sounds like a really bad media company, like a marketing agency. Someone you'd work for.
Wow.
But like,
That's mean.
Accurate though.
Facts over feelings. Fair enough.
Oh, jeez. Alright, let's move it on. Dami, who are we showing love to today in your fix-up list?
Okay, we're not showing love to these
Set the
teams.
scene.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
even teams. Okay.
yeah, so teams. So
Break it
teams.
down.
Yeah, it's actually 3 teams today. So first of all, Jets front office / Robert Salah. So you're close to the 7th seed for the playoffs, but your defense literally has to be the 2000 Ravens every week for you guys to win games. It's insane. It's insane. You kept a team to 16 points on Sunday night, and you still couldn't win. Like, what's going on? Why haven't they signed a backup, just a competent backup quarterback, just in case Aaron Rodgers comes back maybe in December, which apparently he might come
I
back for.
thought you liked Zach Wilson.
I've never liked Zach Wilson.
Did
in
you
my
not
life.
see his no-look pass?
Oh my! You shouldn't be throwing
He
such
just
a
shut
pass.
his eyes and
Honest, why did they not get a backup? Carson Wentz, Josh Dobbs. Can you imagine if they had Josh Dobbs? They would be balling out.
They might get 20 points.
Jacoby
Would have
Brissett.
won the game.
Get
True.
Cam Newton out of retirement.
Oh,
Get
never
Matt
mind.
Ryan out
What's,
of
Matt, what's the deal with Cam Newton?
He's bad at playing the game.
Wow. No. Did he get MVP?
Yeah, that was 2015.
He's not bad. He relied on his athleticism, and then his athleticism went, and then it turned out he couldn't really do a lot else.
Yeah.
He's like Russell Westbrook, but of the NFL world.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Like,
How old is
try
he
and
now?
watch him like throwing up threes, just brick after brick is
Yeah.
how you'd probably see.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh,
That's
That's
worst
who
nickname.
calls him that?
Probably Shaq.
Oh no, Skip Bayless calls him Russell Westbrook, and he says it
I
with
wish,
so much
I wish you would say it to his face.
He says it with so much venom. But yeah, the Jets front office, you need to fix up, man,
Alright,
because they're not going to make the playoffs if they continue with this quarterback play.
Who else you got?
Number 2, Jacksonville Jaguars. You scored 3 points at home.
Yeah.
3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 points. I don't get me wrong. The 49ers are an excellent team,
That defense, mate, was.
but 3
something
points at home.
Yeah.
Like, and you're committing full start penalties at home
Yeah. That was
when you have the home crowd.
They got in their head, didn't
Like,
they?
what's going on?
They got in their heads.
Like, yeah, and also they made BCB look like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I hated every bit of it.
He looked
I
good.
hated every bit of it. There was a throwaway, he threw it across his body over 2 defenders
Yeah,
to
but-
Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah,
and I
but
was
have you
like,
seen the coach? What the coach was saying afterwards?
No.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Yeah,
Really?
he was.
There's no chance he should have thrown that.
Yeah.
It's like the Jameson.
No chance.
It's like the Winston one. Like,
Yeah.
don't
You
do that's
shouldn't
like
throw-
number
Yeah.
number
Especially
one,
him,
dude.
because he doesn't really have the arm talent for that.
Yeah, he was pissed.
But credit to him, that George Kittle touchdown where he was in the
Yeah.
pocket and someone was
Yeah.
It
literally
was a
over
nice,
him.
yeah, that was a nice story.
We'll give
That's
him
a
that.
nice story. He does have some of those.
Yeah.
He does have some of those. I'm not
Does.
saying. I'm just saying he does have a couple of those in the locker.
Yeah, MVP.
Oh Lord.
Wow. But losing at home by 30 points. And did you see in the 4th quarter when they just kept McCaffrey in so he
Yeah.
could keep his record?
So jokes.
Like,
So
I
jokes.
love that.
they ran all 4 downs just for him.
No,
Yeah.
they tried to pass him one.
Yeah.
They tried to pass him
Yeah.
one. No, they just knew what they knew him. They
Yeah,
were
but the
doing.
defense knew as well.
That's
Like,
what I mean.
yeah, obvious.
Yeah, you could have left everyone out.
Literally,
free on
they
the
still would have
side.
gone for him.
Honestly, it was Jacksonville Jaguars. You got to fix up because that was pathetic.
Damn.
And then Atlanta Falcons,
Yes.
Kriski. So week 9, actually I might just put Kriski on. Fix up.
Oh wow.
So week 9, you lose to a quarterback who had 0 practice snaps with his teammates before the game.
Yeah, that's right.
And then week 10, you lose to a quarterback who hasn't played football in over a year.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah. What's your point?
How?
I don't think he needs to have anything else.
How are you guys so bad? You
I
consistently underperform, and you have such good offensive weapons.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, even Algier. He's pretty good. I like him. I think he's a good second running back, RB2. Sorry.
Yeah, someone ain't working in
Yeah.
the team.
Yeah, something's not working.
I don't have the answers for you. I'm really sorry.
Nothing
You
for
tried.
you.
I tried really.
Yeah.
Nothing for
I've been searching, mate. I can't.
Honestly.
I think we're just wait till the end of the season and hope. Yeah.
Get a better team.
And get.
Bijan looked like a world beater at the start of the season, and then now barely using it.
That's 4 weeks. He's just gone. Like,
I just don't. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Has anyone else got any people they would like to fix up?
Bids, talk to us.
I'm going for the Chargers defense because not every game needs to be that close. Not every game needs to be a shootout. Like, help them out.
Valid.
Help them out.
I've got nothing else to add. I agree with you.
This is first and second half. Honestly, it's just so long watching these games, man. How you score 41? How do you score 38 and concede 41? Like that's just long.
But it is helping you pick your fantasy game day players.
It is true. It is true. But they just need to fix up. However, I also had the Giants on there as well. I know Dami said he didn't want to bring up the Giants. I didn't say anything. But just to put this stat there, there was a point in the game when it was 28-0 or 28-0 to the Cowboys, where the Cowboys had more points than the Giants had yards.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Let's let that sink in.
Yeah.
They
That's
had more
upsetting.
points than you had yards. And then in the next play, DeVito got sacked for a loss. So it even less the yards.
That's upsetting.
At least we scored a touchdown this week.
Yeah,
I'll
there
take
were
that.
points. How many points did you get in the end? 17?
17.
17 ain't bad.
I think the Cowboys gave up after that.
Yeah,
They were like,
I imagine
let's get
What
it.
did it finish? 49-17?
Yeah.
They probably put their second string.
Yeah, they benched their starters.
Yeah.
A lot of teams, a lot of pundits I saw beforehand were like, take the 17.5 hit, it's going to be a blowout. And I was like, I don't know, 17.5 is quite a lot of points. Never mind.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never mind. Cheers.
Yes, Dami, you need to fix up.
Oh, hey, you're all going on there. It's your
Yeah,
team.
you're calling me out.
Oh.
Right
No,
back
I
at
call
you.
myself out then as well.
We decided after week 3 that the Giants were no longer being
You
put up.
decided.
Yeah,
You decided.
you decided.
That's the one you
He wasn't even saying the Giants themselves totally need to fix up. He called out the Chargers defense first. I think he was just making a good stat point. He was just bringing up stats, man.
Yes.
Facts over feelings. Like I
Facts
said
are our
earlier.
friends.
Yeah, man. You're bringing feelings into it.
Oh,
That's factually accurate.
So,
Mine isn't the same thing as yours. I will add one too, but mine is specifically Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
So I believe in you. I believe in Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a top 4 quarterback in the league. Rough game against the 49ers. I think he's a top 4 quarterback.
top 4.
Top 4.
Over who?
Over everyone except the 3 guys.
Oh, so wait. No. So,
Who would you have above him?
Mahomes,
Sure.
Burrow,
Okay.
Lamar.
Okay.
Alright.
I think Lamar Trevor's close.
No.
Lamar would be my.
You're gonna say Tua.
No, I'll take Josh Allen over Trevor.
You take Josh Allen over Trevor.
Yes.
Captain interceptions.
Captain interceptions. Worst superhero ever.
Dread. You want to say Josh Allen?
Yes, I'll take him over.
You don't get
Trevor
Brian
Lawrence.
Daboll back.
I'll take him over Trevor Lawrence. I would.
You might be getting benched. I might take Josh Dobbs on this instead of you on this podcast, man.
Josh Dobbs has performed better than Trevor Lawrence this year.
I thought you were about to say perform better than you on this podcast. I was like, man, he hasn't played a single down. He's had no reps. He's had no reps on this podcast.
Kriski
Man.
taught some sense to him.
Okay. You could maybe say Lamar's better. I said top 4.
Trevor Lawrence is not top 4 quarterback in this league.
So what is he then?
He's probably top 8.
So you have 3 other guys, including Josh Allen, ahead of him. Who else?
7 of the guys.
I'll take. I'm not sure about Tua.
You just said no to Tua.
I think. Nah, I'm not sure about Tua. At the moment, I'll take CJ Stroud.
You take CJ Stroud, who's played 10 games of professional football, over Trevor Lawrence.
At the moment, yeah.
No Jalen.
Oh my god, I forgot about Jalen Hurts. My bad.
You take Jalen Hurts as well.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah,
My team will beat yours.
I promise you.
I think what
My
we need
dad
to,
could beat up your dad.
what we need to do and probably post it on social is do a Ben Dami top 8 quarterbacks in the league, and, then, and I'm going to see you both blind round, and I'll post it, and then that's the first time you'll see each other's lists, and then we'll review it as a segment, because I feel like this could go on.
How do you choose who wins then? He's like, you're going to get cooked. In what? Is that people's faces against people's faces?
We'll put it up to the public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Public
Okay.
vote.
Anyway, rough game against 49ers was a good opportunity to cement himself as a top 3, 4, top level quarterback. But it's okay. You got Tampa Bay next week. We'll bring it back. Let's get it back. We push to a 13-win season. I'm feeling it.
Who's we? We support the Packers, man.
I don't know that. Jenny doesn't know the team names, and she said GB, is that Great Britain? That was enough for me.
Oh my
That was
God.
enough for me. TB is tuberculosis. I didn't know what else to say.
Oh my God.
I was done. I was like, I asked her to leave. I was like, it's over. You need to take a break. Take a lap. She had to take a lap.
That's so good.
Kriski, round us out so we can move away from this debacle of a segment.
So, yeah, my fix-up is the Colts and the Pats. Just an awful game. Those poor people, they get one game
Poor fans.
in Germany, or maybe they've had, 2 games in Germany this year, and that's the game that they Colts and the Pats turn up for. My God, and the worst thing is, after you reminded me on the phone, oh yeah, it's 2:30 the game's on. I rushed home, sat, watched that,
Set your ass up.
and I was like, I actually rushed home and sat and watched that. And the bit that did it was Mac Jones getting benched. Quarterback comes in, and what's his name again? Bailey Zappi, and he tries that fake spike. And I was like, that just summed up the game.
Which no one bought. Like, no one bought it. The secondary didn't even know what was going on.
They were just
So
all like, they just
already-
dropped back going, okay, we're playing, alright, give us the ball, we'll take it off you, and we'll look at, and that's the game. Thank you. Honestly, that just summed up the game.
He sounded like he was having a really nice time at the park as well.
Yeah.
That's to ruin your day. I've been ruining days since 08, man.
Yeah, so yeah, Colts Pats, sort it out, because you can't, you're not selling the NFL with a game like that.
But on the Colts trying to be, so you have like the Jags here trying to be the UK team. I think it's the Colts that are trying to be the German team.
Oh,
no.
I don't think they want you.
Yeah, not after that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they won.
you can't claim that.
I think they both lose.
Yeah.
I doesn't know winners.
It was a
Maybe
disappointment.
there is something in that travelling and that jet lag thing. Maybe there is something in it.
No, I think even the Falcons game that we went and watched was better than that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, but Germany's further away, isn't it, than the UK? I mean, different time zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to.
You're trying.
It's over, man.
Yeah.
It's over, man.
Let's-
Let's move on
My bad.
to our final segment of the first half of our episode. Bids, injuries, round us up. Who got battered? Apart from Mac Jones.
Yeah. To be fair, this week is the first week where there haven't been too many, so I'll just name a couple of the significant ones. Derek Carr, he got whooped.
Didn't get whooped.
Likely to be a re-injury to that right shoulder where he had the AC sprain a couple weeks ago, and he's went for concussion protocol as well. Yeah, so we just got beat up. Taylor Heineke, looking like a hamstring strain, likely to miss the next game week, but out for a couple of weeks, which means Desmond Ridder's back.
He got a rushing touchdown, right?
Yep. I genuinely, I think I refuse to watch the highlights.
Mr. DoorDash is back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
wait for that.
Wait, was it Derek Carr that got high load? Is that what they call it when you get hit?
Oh.
When you get hit from
yeah.
got mangled.
yeah, you get high low is a crazy way of saying it, but it's exactly what it means. Like he got whooped from up top and down below, so he just
like going like both ways.
Yeah.
Mangled.
peak. Alexander Madison went for concussion protocol, likely to miss next week. Marshawn Lattimore, Saints cornerback. They looked like it was like a high ankle sprain, but I don't know. That could be a lot worse. Like, it didn't
That
look
was
good.
a big loss.
Yeah. And Michael Thomas, Saints wide receiver, mild ACL sprain looks like, just sort of, and I base these based on just experts' opinions on the initial video. Obviously not mine. I just know ACLs.
Yeah, intimately.
Yeah.
Couple big losses for the Saints there.
Yeah.
Couple big losses.
Yeah. And Keenan Allen was briefly out, and I was a bit scared, but then he came back and scored another touchdown. So he's just undefeated.
Very
True.
well.
Yeah.
You said Derek Carr, though. Derek Carr, they're on a bye, you were saying, and he's likely to be back by the time they're done with their bye. So
Yeah.
that might not be too bad. Michael Thomas maybe as well, but Marshall Lattimore could be a big loss.
Yeah.
They don't need Derek Carr. They got Jameis and Taysom.
Taysom. Do you reckon Taysom would ever just start as the QB rather than James?
There was 1 week last year. There was 1 week last season where he did, but then I
They
think
regretted it?
Yeah, they regretted it immediately.
It's
So
not a choice you want to make.
Okay.
He's only there as quarterback for special players.
He's a gadget man.
Yeah, he's the best player.
Pure gadget man.
Yeah, it's not a choice you want to make long term.
Go Gadget. Inspector Gadget.
Nice. Let's take a little break. Bids needs to buy some more Dark Future stuff.
I gave him free.
Yeah, exactly. The Fantasy Gameday app is a way to play weekly monetized fantasy NFL. Use the code MMQBU on the screen now if you're watching on YouTube. Deposit $7.50, enter a lineup, and you'll get a free $7.50 to play with. We tried it out. I've been benched from talking about it this week. I'm not going to get into why. Bids is going to run us through how he did and talking about some of the player options because, my week wasn't good enough to discuss it.
Mine was good again.
Oh.
Back-to-back fifth place finishes somehow. Don't know how I managed that, but fifth out of 162 players. Up, I think, 20 from last week, so getting more and more engagement each week. Again, the Cowboys, my trio of Cowboys came in clutch. CeeDee Lamb, we spoke about him. He's up there for MVP, making huge plays, huge scoring. He's going to be my captain, probably default going forwards. He's playing the Panthers this week, so he's 100% going to be my captain. But some other huge performances, Keenan Allen. But the key things you need to remember is it's all about getting your captain pick right. And also your value players. So I had a couple of value players that came in clutch. Chris Olave, Tank Dell, valued quite low but scored very high. So, hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
One more thing to remember that we haven't mentioned previously, there's no kickers and no defense, which is all about points, all about the scorers.
Love that.
Skill position, guys.
Yeah. It's all about you boys. Who are your captains for next week?
So I'll kick us off. So my gamble last week didn't pay off, so I'm going a bit safer. So I'm back in CMC this week. Obviously disappointed in not getting the record. They're going to pounce back this week, and it's going to all go through him. So captain CMC.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to go for Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Solid.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions are on form and they're playing the Chicago Bears, so I expect him to get serious points. So yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown for me.
I can't get away from Keenan Allen, man. He just keeps putting up points and I keep not putting him in. So I'm just going to put him in, and if he doesn't get points, I'm just going to have to firm it. That's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll take the L if he doesn't get points, but I can't not put him in again. So Keenan Allen, I think he's playing the Raiders this week.
Yeah.
Looks like a good one. I got to take Keenan Allen as my captain.
Okay.
Would you like bids?
Like I said, I'm going CeeDee Lamb
Of course.
all the way. If he's playing on Sundays, 6 or 9 p.m, I'm going to be picking him.
Fair enough. So, download the Fantasy Gameday app now. Use code MMQBU when you sign up, like we said before. Now let's get back to the episode. Alright, cool. Let's move into the second half. Next week's games. Dami, game of the week. What do you think? Who do you like?
For me, it's Ravens versus Bengals.
Juicy
Again,
fixture.
AFC North divisional matchup. The Bengals need to win, but also so do the Ravens, because the Ravens need to establish their position at top of the AFC North. The Bengals need to win to maintain pace with the other three teams in the division. And especially with Pittsburgh, who keep winning games somehow. Like, it's crazy that they're 6-3.
TJ Watt.
Yeah, TJ Watt, and Highsmith as well. Highsmith is falling
yeah.
out.
Well, it's because they keep focusing on TJ Watt, so Highsmith's like, alright, I'll take a free sack. Thanks. He goes through like one of their mid-level O-linemen, whereas TJ Watt's going through a tight end and their best left and their best right tackle.
Yeah, for sure. And plus, Jalen Warren and Najee Harris are starting to get some yards.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, so maybe Matt Canada coming down to pitch level has actually helped in their offensive game.
And people are like, who are you?
No, for sure. Ravens versus Bengals is my game of the week.
Cool. Bids, who'd you like?
I'm going to go for probably the obvious choice, Chiefs, Eagles. Two Super Bowl contenders. Super Bowl last year?
Yeah.
Super Bowl of last year. Both sitting top of their respective divisions, not divisions.
Divisions.
Yeah, divisions.
And conferences based on wins anyway.
Both are the 1 seed in Chiefs are 1 seed in AFC, and Eagles are the 1 seed in NFC at the moment. So it's just
And
juicy match.
both coming off a bye as well.
huge game. So it'll be interesting to see 2 huge quarterbacks, and let's see if Jalen Hurts can, I don't know,
Who do you
get
like?
back.
That's a big one.
I don't know. I might actually pick the Eagles because
Really?
I don't think that's a bad shot.
I think
I was going to go Eagles.
because the Chiefs'
Okay.
offense is. I think I listened to something earlier. Chiefs'
Sucks.
offense is 12th at the moment, which isn't. Which is not bad, but it's not good.
No.
I think their defense is like top 5, something like that, which is what's keeping them in.
Yeah.
But if their offense is, they're not doing well. They're not performing. Still
True.
doing all these silly trick plays. Apparently.
One thing I will say is before you put your predictions in is check how Andy Reid performs after a bye. It's pretty well.
What, he whoops their ass in the
He
bye.
whoops everyone's ass after a bye.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to be very well prepped for that game, but
Okay.
no, I just fancy the Eagles this year, especially after the
All-
Super Bowl repeat of last year as well.
Yeah.
All
Get
three
one
of you
over.
do. All three of you do apparently. Just
Yeah.
the
I mean,
Chiefs.
let's see if the Chiefs defense has something for AJ Brown. Is he going to go for 125 again?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean, he missed his missed his streak last week. I don't know about this. Did he what about this week? I don't know.
Bye week.
I don't think he did.
Bye week.
Oh, bye week. So he missed it.
Yeah.
You seen CD Lamb's stats?
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
freak.
Yeah.
Freak, actually.
He's broken the record.
Yeah.
So 150 yards and over 10 catches
10, yeah,
in
10
three
receptions,
straight
yeah.
games.
That's insane.
Insanity. Cool. I'll go next. I like Browns Steelers, proper division rivalry. You like that as well, Dami.
Yeah,
You
I
were
do
talking
like
about
the division matchup.
you were talking about Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like that game. Like, it's going to be a defensive battle. If you want to just watch low scoring, like, don't watch this game because it's going to be just a proper defensive battle. But sometimes they're just so interesting to watch. Not usually, but I like them sometimes. I want to see Myles Garrett against TJ Watt. That's the
Yeah.
defensive player of the year. Like, big matchup. Mike Parsons, all right, if you say so, but I don't believe that for a second. It's those two. I mean, he's still the joint favourite, man.
Plays for
It's
America's
stupid.
team, mate. It's what's going to happen.
Dumb. I hate it so much. But TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, like that could be a big deciding factor in the decision at the end of the year. So I love that game, and I like the Browns to take it in a close one, field goal at the end. Hopkins to hit it. Kriski.
So I've gone for Bills Jets. So yeah,
Divisional matchup.
again. Jets had the number earlier in the season. Bills, obviously, depending on how they get on in the late game in this latest game week, but we spoke about it last week about their stretch of fixtures just is not favourable to them,
No,
and
it's
I
not.
think talking about it in a second, but I just think that Jets could just take this one. So
But that will only happen if Josh Allen, Captain Interceptions.
that's brutal if it says poor Josh.
Rears his ugly head again. Because that's the only reason why they lost the Jets in the first place, because he threw stupid picks in the second half.
Yeah, I'm about to put money on him throwing 2 interceptions in that game. 2 plus interceptions in that game. That is happening, and Whitehead to get one of them.
Yeah.
I just see it happen. I can see Whitehead just undercutting the route and just easily nicking one. It's just too obvious, and he misses it every time. Anyway, I can just see it happening. Cool. Bids. Bold take. Who you got? What do you like? Anything crazy this week?
I don't know how crazy. No, it's pretty crazy, right? My bold take is that both the Bengals and the Bills will miss out on the playoffs.
We spoke a little about that.
I
Join the team.
I agree with you.
Because there's 8 teams at the moment in that division who have at least 4 losses.
Conference.
Sorry, conference.
Yeah,
Division,
yeah.
conference, same thing. 8 teams in that conference that have 4 losses, 4 or 5 losses, which is so it's just it's all up in the air. Anything can happen. And we talked about how the Bills don't have a favourable fixture list. Neither do the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals got tough
Neither
fixtures.
do the Bengals. Yeah.
I thought they'd overcome it, but you don't. So yeah,
Yeah.
damn. After that Houston Texans loss, I'm starting to lose a little bit. of faith.
And the thing is, the Bengals have 2 divisional games next. They have the Ravens and then they have the
Huge.
Steelers.
It's tough.
If they lose both those games, they're not making it.
It's tough.
They're not making it.
The only thing I'll say is they did say in commentary about the Bengals game, like they were saying that the Bengals might have one eye on the Ravens because that Ravens game is way more important than the Texans game because it's in division, in conference. Like that's way more important than the Texans game. So, like if the Bengals win against the Ravens, we might be changing our mind here.
Yeah, but also Lamar Jackson's record against the Bengals is really good.
Yeah, don't watch that.
Okay, just saying.
Don't watch that.
Yeah, my other one that I had, which I didn't actually keep on here, was that CJ Stroud with MVP.
MVP.
Oh, hell no.
Much as I love CJ Stroud, that is a very, very bold take. Yeah.
Hell to the no.
Is it
I think when you're a rookie, I don't think
you're not eligible.
And you are eligible,
You
but
are
I don't
eligible.
think they give it to rookies because they give you the rookie awards.
Give them both.
He ain't getting them both.
I was looking at a stat. I think a rookie quarterback's only received one vote for the MVP, and that was Dan Marino, which was like 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah. And it might have been an error, so I might have pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, rookies don't win it.
Actually, no, it's 30 years ago. They probably.
Well, if they go
Well, of course
17
not.
of those, and
I mean, it's already too late. They're
How are
finally
they
what
gonna
if? What if? Is it?
How?
Is that how many games are there? What?
Well, there's 17 games and they haven't won.
No,
No,
at the start of the
reset
season.
the
So if a
season.
rookie,
Oh.
if a rookie went 17 and 0,
Yeah, but that it's just not possible.
what do you mean? Of course it is.
No, because okay, so theoretically he gets taken to the Houston. So before the season starts, right? He's the second overall choice. The reason why that team has the second pick is because they're not very good.
I'm just talking about a rookie. What if like I guess it's still a tight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what if Will Levis, both quarterbacks are four and got injured at the start of the season? He started that season. They went 17 and 0. I know they're not better, not much better than the Texans, but you
I
get my
still
point.
don't think
Yeah.
they'd give it to him. I still don't think they'd give it to him.
That's crazy though.
I think they'd give him Offensive Rookie of the Year. And they'd be like, really well done. Do it next year and you'll get MVP.
Yeah.
I think it's just, when you're a rookie, you
Don't get any respect.
Well,
Pretty
I think that, but I think also there's no film on you, so you have an advantage coming in. Yes, you also have a disadvantage because you haven't got as much experience. But if you're a quarterback, you do have an advantage. They don't have much film on you. You've not played at that level. You're an unknown quantity. Levis threw 4 touchdowns in his first game, then none in his second game.
It's true.
Like, I'm not saying it's always that start, game 1 to game 2, but when they get film on you, once they figure you out, like I said earlier, it can change things.
Okay.
So do it in year 2, and we'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk MVP.
Also,
Mahomes is going to get it.
the record will matter. Like at the end of the season, what will their record be? So they're 5-4. They've got 8 games left. Realistically, are they going to win then 6 or 7 of their games so that they have a really good record of maybe
That's tough.
11, 12 wins? Probably not. They're probably going to go 4-4, and then they'll be 9-8. You can't really win MVP with a 9-8 record.
So right now, CJ Stroud is behind McCaffrey for the MVP,
I think.
Where's McCaffrey?
20-1.
Who's top?
CJ Stroud's 22-1. Mahomes 11-4, and
He's
Jalen
still
Hurts
what? We
3-1.
just talk about trash their offenses.
Mahomes hasn't been trash. He's got like the second most passing yards.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he?
Do you know who has the most passing yards? Sam Howell.
Does he?
Yeah.
MVP somehow. Lock it in now.
I think he does. Mahomes has thrown more touchdowns and more yards than you think he has. Because you don't think you're like, oh, he should put up 40 points every game. That's because he's Superman. Like, you expect him to just easily coast the MVP because he's sensational. He's only putting up the second best numbers in the league right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dami, who'd you like? What's your bold take?
Mine was exactly the same as Bids's. Is that if the Bengals lose their next 2 games against the Ravens and the Steelers, they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be pretty difficult if you lose 2 divisional games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be almost impossible.
Yeah.
That is
That's a safe bold take.
That is pretty safe.
Safe bold
If
take.
you lose 2 games in a row against your
Yeah.
division rivals, you won't make the playoffs. Yeah, statistically it becomes almost impossible actually. But
Why you gotta break it down like that?
I mean, damn.
See, I was doing it in a
you
gentle
get us
way.
to
You're
fix up. You're doing the fix up this next week because facts over feelings. Kriski, what's your bold take?
Yeah, so it kind of leads into Bids' second part of his take. So the Bills don't make the playoffs because the Jets do the double over the Bills. I think Jets take that game. I think poor captain Interception.
Turn him round, man.
And I just see the Jets just coming out, just grinding out a win on that game. Yeah, so
Turn him round might be more likely to throw a completion.
Wow. I don't even get it, but that's deep.
yeah.
Since he joined
Not
since he joined the NFL, he's thrown the most interceptions.
Shocking news.
There's no way.
I'm floored by this news.
Since 2018, he's thrown the most interceptions.
It's like 65 or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is someone else calling Captain Interception? And that seems like it just rolls off the tongue now.
Because everyone loves the fact that he's huge and just runs over
Superman.
Yeah.
And they make the playoffs, and they make they make big games
It's a
against the
cover for-
Bengals, and
We
cover.
spoke about that.
the Madden
We
curse.
spoke about the Madden, but there is apparently a Madden curse. But I think Tom Brady is the one that broke that curse.
Yeah.
In that whoever was on the cover that year either didn't make the playoffs or got a huge injury.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Or
Like,
got into some legal trouble.
Yeah.
Got into some legal trouble.
Wow.
The less said the better.
Yeah.
Say less. I'll round out our bold takes. CD Lamb, Offensive Player of the Year.
Yep. Love to hear it.
I like it, you know.
Oh man, he's been balling out.
Over AJ Brown.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's the
Or
favourite right
Tyreek
now.
Hill.
So,
I think it's really tough. I think it's really tough between those.
So, do you want to see the breakdown?
Go on.
So, Tyreek Hill is 11-8.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey is 11-8. So they're both even. AJ Brown 6-1. CD Lamb 22-1.
Whoa,
So
Put that on, that might be worth it.
And looking at in the table, there's not many yards in it.
Really?
Yeah, so Tyreek Hill 1,076, AJ Brown 1,005, and the CD 975.
Has CD had his bye week? I don't know if CD's had his bye week yet. Tyreek just had his. So
when they do these awards, do they do sort of like recency bias, like in English football? You know, when they have goal of the season, and it will inevitably be the goal that happened in I don't know, in the last game of the season or 2 weeks before, and you're like, there's been 10,000 goals better than that. Do they do recency bias in that? Let's say CeeDee Lamb is balling out right now. If he has consecutive games like this for a while, and then again later on, would that just like rise his stock, or are they just?
Well, it's voted. So yes, because people will vote emotionally at the end of the season. So yeah, there probably is a level of recency bias, but generally there's a lot of information that goes out when they vote. So they see season stats, they look at extenuating circumstances, they do look at a fair amount of stuff when people vote. But it is a committee of voters, so inevitably there can be an emotional component. But they have had their bar actually, Dallas in week 7. So I'm wrong. So actually it's close, but he's way behind for some reason.
They've been balling out the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, man.
Helping me out on game day.
If he has 2 more games like that, who's to say, right? And McCaffrey's now lost his streak, which hurts him a little bit. And Tyreek Hill's been balling, unbelievable.
That's a good race.
The other thing, do you see TJ Watt just beat JJ Watt
Yeah.
for the first 100 games?
Yeah.
He's only had 86 games and he's now ahead of.
Eek.
He's now ahead
96 games.
I thought it was 86.
No, he's played 96 games, but he's got
Over
87 and a half.
Oh, that's Owners 88 now because they upgraded it to a half. They gave him a half sack, which leveled him with JJ Watt, and then his brother, and then they changed it mid game because they were like, nah, that's a full sack. So now he's ahead of him by half a sack, and he's got 4 games to spare.
You know, that's straight away gone on the family WhatsApp.
Yeah, for sure. Like just a little photo of him, just like.
Do you know, Miles Garrett's not far from him. He's played 93 games and he's got 83 sacks.
Yeah, Miles Garrett's
crazy.
Different, man.
Yeah, I love me some Miles.
Yeah, man, he's nuts. Cool. Moving on to Ben's bankers. So last week was a little disappointing, but Chuba Hubbard on Thursday got 9 carries, not 10. We needed to get 10. No passing touchdowns for either quarterback in that one, so a little bit disappointing. 0 passing touchdowns. They needed to get 1 each. They got none. So, but Chuba Hubbard had not. I needed to get 10. He got 9 carries. Like that's tough. Like we weren't too far off that, but 3 losing elements. And then Sunday we missed, but Drake London got 4 targets, 3 receptions for 36, so not quite. Needed him to get 5 for 50, and McLaurin got 4 receptions, not 5. So again, we're pretty close on these. And that was for 20-1. We've got a couple of 20-1s there that weren't too far off. We're still we're still positive, still in the black. So it's not too bad, but we'll hit again. We'll hit another 20-1, 20-30-1. I won't comment on our 60-1 because that was a little 68-1. That was a little ambitious. That was a little off.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay, cool. That's about it. Anybody got anything else to add?
No, just another unreal game week.
Yeah.
Can't wait for them. Keep them coming.
Bring on the next one.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we'll catch you in the next one.